March 3rd, 2017. A day that was etched into my gamer soul forever. Oh man, what a ride it has been. Seriously, like this little hybrid console, one that everyone doubted in the beginning, it delivered some of my most cherished gaming memories of all time. Seriously, like moments that I'll look back on in a decade with all of the nostalgic tinglies. As we gear up for Switch 2 and the new Switch 2 era, it's time to give the original Switch the send-off it deserves. So today, I am counting down my top 10 games that I played on the Nintendo Switch. A quick heads up before we dive in. Number 1, not all of these games are Switch exclusives. I poured most of my gaming time, money, and love into Nintendo consoles, especially over the past decade plus. So that's just how I roll, okay? And this is not the definitive top 10 Switch games list, okay? No, this is my list, personal, straight from the heart, just the games that I played on my Nintendo Switch that really changed my life. I want to hear your top 10 in the comments below, so we'll compare notes, okay? Without further ado, let's jump in. Number 10, Super Mario Odyssey. Starting strong, we've got one of the greatest, most pure, Nintendo-polished games I have ever played. Every jump, every world, every freaking pixel just felt like a love letter to Mario fans. And the star of the show this time was none other than Mario's hat, Cappy. This was, I could just imagine the Nintendo board meetings. It's like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Mario's used all sorts of random stuff as power-ups. What are we going to do this time? And then somebody probably raised the hand and was like, let's have Mario use his hat. And they're like, no way, let's do it! And anyway, it just took off. It exploded onto the scene. I love this game so much. His quirky little hat lets you transform into anything you throw it at, like a Goomba or a freaking T-Rex. So it's really simple, but it's just endlessly fun. The soundtrack delivers bangers. There's nostalgic Easter eggs everywhere in this game, like those 2D Mario sections, or my personal favorite, the Super Mario 64 outfit. When I saw that, I just about died. This game hit me in the feels, and it was great. It was surprisingly difficult in some areas, and I love that. Odyssey was great, and it has me hyped for what's next with 3D Mario. Number 9, Stardew Valley. This is our first indie game on the list, and no, it's not a Nintendo exclusive. I know, okay? See disclaimer number 1, all right? But Stardew Valley is a masterpiece, and it plays great on the Switch, okay? This game somehow balances being wildly detailed with a simplicity that's just comforting. I've sunk hours into this game, farming, fishing, foraging, mining, and even romancing some villagers. This game has been incredible to me. I play this game both solo and with my kids, who love it just as much as I do, and it's just the kind of game that feels like a warm hug. Whether you're playing for just a few minutes or a few hours, it's wonderful. If you haven't played Stardew Valley, you're truly missing out. Play it on any console, I don't care, but this hits number 9 on my list of games on the Switch. Next up is number 8, Metroid Dread. I'll be honest, I drifted away from the Metroid franchise for a while. I mean, Zero Mission and Fusion are among some of my favorite games of all time. And, that's kind of where I stopped. I haven't fully dived into the Prime games yet, but Dread? Oh boy, it pulled me back in hard. This game nails this near horror experience, this vibe when you're sprinting from those Emmy robots. My heart was just constantly pounding, and I was hooked. The story, in my opinion, is a bit simpler, but it's still very gripping. And the title, Dread, it fits perfectly. Again, those robots, man. It's intense, it's atmospheric, and it's reignited my love for Metroid. I'm really excited to dive into the Prime games, especially before Metroid Prime 4 or Metroid Prime Beyond comes out. Samus is a baller in this game, and I mean, she's a baller in every game she's in, but Dread specifically? Yeah, go play this game. You'll see what I mean, okay? Right now. Go play this game right now. Pause the video, go play this game, come back, comment, tell me how it is. Anyway, number 7, Overcooked. If you've never played Overcooked with friends, you're missing out on probably the most chaotic, fueled hilarity that you'll ever experience. I've spent countless hours chopping, cooking, and yelling at my friends, mostly yelling, and family, but I mean, I don't think I've ever played this solo for more than a few minutes because it is 1,000 times better with a friendly crew of cooks just chilling with you on your couch. The chaotic multitasking just leads to some of the funniest arguments, like when my wife and I bicker over who burned the freaking onion soup. Was it my fault for having to clean the dishes real quick? Or was it her fault for serving a customer instead of moving the pot off the burner and causing a fire? I don't know. I guess we'll never know. But this game is truly a recipe for laughter and epic memories. Number 6, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Do I even need to explain this one? It's peak Mario Kart. It really is. You can argue with me all you want that Super Mario Kart on the SNES is better, or Mario Kart Double Dash. Well, Mario Kart Double Dash is a freaking masterpiece. I love that game so much. I love it. Okay? I love Double Dash. But Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the complete package. The ultimate racing party game. The ultimate one that anyone from like ages 2 to 2 bajillion could pick up a controller and just have a frickin' ball. The racetracks, the music tracks, also masterfully made, and they deserve an exhibit in the Nintendo Museum, to be quite frank. The DLC was very much worth it, by the way. The game is truly a staple for Switch owners. It's a go-to when my friends come over, and it never gets old. I just can't wait to see how Mario Kart World blows our little Mario minds out of our gamer butts this week. All right, before we hit the top 5, I want to hear from you. Drop your favorite Switch games in the comments. What's on your list? Do you agree or disagree with mine? Let's talk about it. Number 5, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Smash Bros. Is my jam. I love the Smash Bros. Franchise. The series of games that Sakurai has produced in Smash Bros., it's every single one of them. Every single one of them are just masterpieces. They really are. Smash Bros. Ultimate, sitting at number 5 on my list here, in my opinion, though, is the pinnacle of the Smash Bros. Series. I am in the camp that every Smash game tops the last, but this one, it is the creme de la creme. You know what I mean? It is the best. It is my favorite out of all Smash Bros. Games. And it's the best, okay? I will die on that hill. It is the best. The Everyone Is Here reveal at the Nintendo Direct still gives me chills. I'll go back and watch it just to feel something. It is so awesome. It was just pure hype for years with this game. Getting Banjo and Kazooie and Sora in this game, there was just so many feats that Sakurai pulled off in order to make this game what it is. Nintendo pulled out all the stops on this one. I've forged new friendships over this game. I owe Ultimate for just some wild times. It actually also happens to be the most played game on my Switch, so, you know, it's amazing. Smash just never, ever, ever gets old. Number 4, Undertale. When I first heard about Undertale, I didn't think much of it at all. Some retro-looking indie game with, like, these skeleton dudes. Yeah, cool, I guess. I mean, everybody was, like, raving about it. And then I heard the other side of the coin where people were like, oh, Undertale's stupid, it's so annoying. And then the other people were like, no, it's amazing, it's, like, the best game ever. And then I played it. And my mind was blown. I sat down one evening while my wife and daughter were out of town, thinking I'd play for like an hour or so. I just told myself, look, I've got to play through Undertale. I bought this on sale for like $8 the other day on the eShop, and I've heard people rave about it. So I did it. And I didn't stop until I finished a full pacifist run. It was like 3 a.m. when I finished, and I was so glad I did that. If you haven't played Undertale, block out a day, go in blind, and just let it wreck you emotionally. The fight or mercy mechanic makes you feel every choice. I'm not going to spoil any story stuff, okay? I know this game has been out for what, like a decade? Like 10 years now? But I'm not going to spoil anything. Go play it. Toby Fox's soundtrack is hands down my favorite in any game ever, okay? He's a genius. This game opened my eyes to the passion of indie devs, and whether you love it or hate this game, it's really a storytelling triumph. Before we hit the top 3, shout out to some honorable mentions that almost made the cut for the top 10. All fantastic games, and all very much worth your time. Number 3, Celeste. The very next indie game I dove into after Undertale was actually Celeste, and holy cow, this game is a platforming masterpiece. As a kid who grew up on classic Mario games, I always griped that modern platformers just weren't tough enough or even that fun. Then Celeste came along and, well, it humbled me. The gameplay is tight, the difficulty ramps up perfectly, and yet it's so addictive I just couldn't put it down. You play as Madeline, scaling a mountain that's as much of a metaphor as it is a challenge. The story is deep, emotional, and surprisingly life-changing for a little pixel art indie game. I remember I was going through a bit of an anxious time in my life when I first played through Celeste, and this game was a huge comfort. I am super grateful for it. I revisit Celeste constantly, still chasing those golden strawberries. Here's hoping Switch 2 gives me the edge to finally nail them. At number 2, we've got The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. I know some people debate the story, but I found it incredibly captivating. It had me glued the whole way through. This game took everything Breath of the Wild did and cranked it to an 11. They really did. Nintendo hit a home run with this game, and I don't like that it's such a controversial game right now in the Zelda community because it really is such an incredibly made masterpiece of a game. Building contraptions with Ultra Hand, exploring the sky and the depths. Yeah, Nintendo hid the size of this game from everyone really well. It's just a world full of pure wonder. If you remember, the hype for Breath of the Wild 2 just consumed every Nintendo Direct for years, and then it finally dropped. It just didn't meet my expectations. It obliterated them. I can't wait to replay this on Switch 2, and also with the Zelda Notes app. That's low-key going to be pretty dang awesome. Number 1, here we are. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. I wrestled with this choice for a long time. In my opinion, Tears of the Kingdom is technically superior in most ways. But Breath of the Wild, it's personal. When it was announced, I was excited, but didn't really expect it to redefine my love for Zelda. The open world, the story, the characters, the sheer freedom was just unlike anything else. I remember for a few years, I would try other open world-like games after playing Breath of the Wild, and some just made me quit and crave a replay of Breath of the Wild because that craving was just too much. Breath of the Wild just got me so hooked on Zelda, and I mean, I've always been a massive Zelda fan, and when I didn't think I could sink my teeth into the Zelda franchise deeper, this game came along and said, hey, here you go. Enjoy. This game didn't just change gaming for me. It changed how I see stories, exploration, creativity, much more. I mean, is that too dramatic? No way. It's my number 1 for many reasons. And that's it. That's my top 10 games I played on the Nintendo Switch in this incredible era of what, 8 years? Yeah, 8-ish years. It's been a wild, incredible, and life-changing ride, and if Switch 2 even delivers half of this magic, we are in for something special. I want to hear from you. What's in your top 10 Nintendo Switch games that you played? Any surprises on my list? Any games that you haven't tried yet? Drop all of your thoughts in the comments. I'm dying to hear them. And here's to the Switch 2 era. Hopefully it does not disappoint in the slightest. I doubt it will. Catch you next time.